So in this we are focusing on two insects. One is honeybee and second one is a silkworm. So some idea you will be having already. So honeybee, there are different species of honeybee. We have studied about that, like Apis mellifera. The popular name is Western honeybee. Then Apis cerana. Then Apis cerana indica. It is Indian honeybee or Asian honeybee. Then Apis dorsata, known as giant honeybee. It is also known by the name rock honeybee. Then Apis florea, which is a smaller type known as dwarf honeybee. Then here above you can see the classification. You know that there are different phylums are there, and the phylum Arthropoda is the phylum to which most of the insects are coming. And here there is a class known as Insecta, and order is the Hymenoptera. Hymenoptera is containing most of the honeybees, wasps, etc. Then family Apidae. Apidae means the family of honeybee. So under that there is one genus known by the name Apis. Apis is the genus containing most of the honeybee. Now the second is what are the importance of honeybee. Almost all the items you know, but still we are listing it one by one. One is the producing honey. Honey production is a major purpose of honey, and it is the primary product of honeybee. And it is for honey that we are rearing honey, and it is the commercial importance of that. So collected nectar is converted into honey by enzymatic action and evaporation, and the honeybees will be taking nectar from the flower, which they will be with the help of some enzymes in your body, which they will convert it into honey. So this is how honey is actually produced. So there are a lot of uses for honey. One, it is a natural sweetener. It contains a lot of fruit sugar. Then it is also used in medicine. You know what are the common uses of honey. Then in cosmetic industry also honey is used. Then as a food product, honey is also taken as a food. So these are the, for example, if you go to many countries, you can see that instead of using jam, they also use honey spread. Honey will be spread on the jam and they will be taken. So this kind of methods of eating honey is the. Then second importance of this is the pollination. So without honeybee, there will not be any plant multiplication. So plants, the cross pollination of plants are mainly taking place by the help of honeybee. So honeybees are all, if you are killing all the honeybees, plants cannot undergo pollination and they all will die. So honeybees are very essential for essential pollinators. They contribute to the fertilization of flowering plants, including 75% of the global food crops like fruits, vegetables, nuts, etc. So if there is a shortage of honeybee, we don't directly release. But if honeybees are dying, that means 75% of our food crops, mainly the fruits, vegetables, nuts, etc., they will not be able to pollinate. And that will result in their gradual destruction, and there will be shortage of food. So this is how honeybees are playing a very valuable service to human being. The pollination increases the crop yield as well as the quality. If there are no pollination, and what happens is that in some plants there will be self-pollination. But the problem with the self-pollination is that over a period of time, the genetic quality of the self-pollinated plant decreases, and there will be increased appearance of mutation, and that will gradually result in the decreased survival of that particular species of plant, and they will perish. So this is why exchange of genes brought about by cross pollination is very necessary. Otherwise there will be some reproduction, but gradually that reproductive the offsprings developed from such self pollination will have decreased survival capability. Then next one is the beeswax production. So beeswax is used in many like candles, cosmetics, polish industry, pharmaceutical. There all we are using beeswax, but for the honey they are mainly using beeswax for building its comb, building its hive or comb. The nest of the hive is actually built by the using comb of beeswax. Beeswax is produced by certain glands on the legs of the honeybee. Now there are some more honeybee products are there. One is royal jelly. Now here the secreted by nurse bee to feed the queen larvae, and they are used as a health supplement. Royal jelly is a special kind of food, special kind of juice, a nectar-like juice produced by certain type of worker bees, and that will be given to the queen larvae. It is because of this rich nutrient containing queen royal jelly, certain female workers will be developed into a queen. So that is the purpose of the royal jelly. It is because of the feeding by a royal jelly, one female is becoming a queen. Then propolis. Propolis is actually a resinous mixture, and last class I think I have shown you how a propolis is there. So a resinous mixture, and that is mainly used for a to seal the crack. This also has some antibacterial and as well as medicinal use. Then finally we have bee venom are also there. In case of bee venom, it is used for the treating of arthritis, joint pain, and many other conditions. So bee venom as a good for relieving the pain. So for treating the pain, bee venom is commonly used. Now I will show you how this royal jelly as well as propolis will be appearing. I think once I shown you the propolis. So this is the propolis. See, this is how the propolis will be appearing. So this is the nature of the propolis. See, here also you can see that propolis. Here also you can see this is how a propolis will be normally appearing. See, here also you can see this kind of small structures, which is actually propolis is a resinous mixture. Resin means a gum-like mixture, and it will be used for sealing the cracks or openings. So that is the propolis. Then we have this royal jelly. Now in case of royal jelly, see, this is how the royal jelly will be usually present. See, here you can see that. See, this is the royal jelly, and sometimes people take this royal jelly and sell it as a product. So this is here you can see that this is the royal jelly. See, so there is a picture. See, this is how the royal jelly will be appearing. So it is actually a product of certain worker bees, and they will be using it. See here also, it's a milk-like secretion, and they will be feeding the queen larvae this royal jelly. And royal jelly is a very valuable medical product. See here, enriched with royal jelly, raw honey enriched with royal jelly. So people are using royal jelly. There are a lot of benefits for royal jelly. I will show you some. Here you can see that is secreted epigeny on the most extent. So in case of royal jelly, there are many uses for royal jelly. Alternative medicine, therapy using, and now people believe that royal jelly has many medical property, but glands in the hypopharynx of the nurse bees. There are certain type of bees called nurse bees. These nurse bees are secreting this royal jelly. So these are the important features of the royal jelly. Some benefits are there, but here also we can see the royal jelly can have adverse reaction in human beings, including asthma. So there are some benefits, at the same time there are also some complications. So this is an idea regarding the first one. Then some idea regarding the social structure and behavior. Now here you can see that honeybees are living as a group. They have different types, like queen is the drones are there, worker bees are there. So these are the three primary type of individual. Other than that, there are different categories of worker, like nurse bees is one category. Then guard bees are there. They are defending the colony. So minor variations are there. So there are three primary type of caste. One is queen, bee, and worker. The purpose of the queen is that they are laying eggs. Only one queen will be present in a hive. Then second is the drones are the male bees responsible for mating. Their only purpose is to help the queen in mating. Then worker bees are the sterile females that perform all hive duties like foraging. Foraging means collecting food, collecting nectar. That is known as the foraging, cleaning of the colony, defending the colony from enemies, then also nursing the larvae as well as the queen larvae. So this is the purpose of the worker bees. Now another importance of the honeybee is that they are playing an economic and ecological importance, integral to agriculture via pollination. That is one importance of the apiculture, honeybee. They also help to maintain the biodiversity because they act, since they are the main pollinators in the plant world. Without honeybee or without butterfly, most of the plants will not survive. Then beekeeping provides rural employment and income. So these are some other benefits of this kind of honeybee. Our topic is actually useful insects. How these insects are useful to a human being. So they can give you honey, they can help in pollination, they can give you bee wax, and many other products are also given. So these you can mention these are the some of the important uses of these honeybees. Then what are the threats faced by this use? Mainly from pesticide. If you are using organic or inorganic pesticide, that will result in death of this plant, this honeybee. And many diseases are affecting this honeybee. Then also, if there is not enough plants, not enough flowering plants, honeybee population in an area will decrease. Then the sudden changes in climate. You know that nowadays there is no predictability in climate. There may be increased rain in certain particular months, and even during summer season, you can see in last summer, the April, May, it used to be very hot, but there was rain. It was not so hot as the last year. So the climate is quite unpredictable, and this unpredictability of the climate can also affect the way the plants are reproducing. All these animals and plants, they have a biological clock. They work on that. So when there is a change in the climate, when there is a change in the length of day and night, their biological clock may not function properly. They are working, their efficiency is based on a predictable weather, predictable climate. When the climate becomes unpredictable, they also face a lot of problem. Then protecting the organic farming, reducing pesticide use, planting bee-friendly flora. That is, the more plants with the more flower containing nectar, so that the honeybees will be getting nectar. If we do not have a lot of flowering plants, bees will not be getting the nectar. So that is bee-friendly flora. So these are some of the methods by which we will be able to conserve it. Now we go to second insect, that is the Bombyx mowry. Now in case of Bombyx mowry, it also belongs to Arthropoda, but it belongs to a group known as Lepidoptera, which contain butterflies and moth. And there is a family to which it belongs is known as a Bombycidae, and the genus is Bombyx. So it is a species is the Bombyx mowry. The scientific name of the domesticated silkworm is known as the Bombyx mowry. Now what are the uses of this Bombyx mowry? Here you can see that one is silk production. So almost all the idea you have, but you have to list it in a proper way. So silk spins silk cocoon made up of a single thread of raw silk. So up to 900. That is, you can see that if you take one cocoon, that is by which the silk is where the silk is present, the length of that single thread will be up to 900 meters. That is nearly 1 kilometer. So that will be the length of the single silk thread produced by one larva. So it is a very long thread. So it is a natural protein fiber, mainly formed of fibroin, and that is used in textile industry. Since older time, the silk is very important. Nowadays only rayon or other type of polyester or other type of clothes came into the market. Before that, silk and the cotton are the primary cloth making material. India and China are the leading producers of silk. Now, second is the as a byproducts from the silk. One is silk waste used to make spun silk. Spun silk is a slightly different type of silk. Sometimes I will show you what is a spun silk. Here you can see that the spun silk has some difference are there. I will show you. So it's mainly produced from the waste of the cocoon, that is known as a spun silk. I will show you a picture. Here there is a picture. Sometimes you can see that there are certain shirt and other type of material which we call spun. So this is how the spun silk will be appearing. It's actually produced from the waste materials of the silk. So this is how the spun silk will be appearing. So there is a slight difference is there. So it is used to here what is it? Used to make spun silk. One is the waste material from the silk can be used to make spun silk. Then silkworm pupa is used as an animal feed and processed for oil in some region. The pupa can be used for producing oil. That is one thing. Then sericin. It's a gum coating silk. It is used in cosmetic industry, soap industry, and pharmaceutical. These are some of the byproducts which we are able to get from silk. Then life cycle of the silk. If you come to the life cycle of the silk, normally a silkworm we have 4 stages are the egg stage, larval stage, pupal stage, and adult. It is the pupal stage that is producing the silk. So pupal silk is actually a protective capsule. That capsule is made up of silk. The length of the silk is 900 meters. Only the larval stage is producing the silk. So after producing the silk, larva will be enclosed in the pupa. The cocoons are boiled or steamed to extract silk and killing the pupa inside, except in ahimsa or pea silk method. I don't know how that method is. Then that there may be they will be removing the larva. So normally we will be putting the cocoon into boiling water and kill, and we will be taking the silk thread. That is how the most of the time it is done. Then sericulture, silk farming, cultivation of silkworm on mulberry leaves. It's known as a sericulture, but it is a very labor intensive method but economically beneficial to many rural farmers. Millions of farmers in India, China, and Thailand, as well as Vietnam, are actually working or undertaking this sericulture or silk farming because it has a lot of economical value. Now, the economic and cultural importance of the silk, it's a valuable textile product. So, about the value of the silk is actually as a cloth, material for cloth, textile material. Then traditional luxury fabric with cultural importance in many Asian countries, export revenue, and also for generating employment. Because silk we can export to many countries, and when people are engaging in silk farming or silkworm in the rearing, many people will be getting employment. So these are some of the benefits for creating employment and also for making money and also for foreign exchange. The silkworm industry is very important. Then what are the challenges? One sometimes diseases are there. Chalk brood disease like can affect high labor requirement. This is something we cannot do with some machinery. People have to personally take care of that. So it's a labor intensive. A lot of people, workers are needed. Market price fluctuation and synthetic fiber competition. Nowadays, as I told you, polyester materials are there. So this kind of artificial clothing, artificial fibers are actually replacing the natural silk in a greater way because they are more cheaper. Silk is always very costly. You know how if you go and purchase a silk sari or silk churidar or something, it is usually very expensive. So that is why that so but still people still prefer silk. Then coming to the last part, both honeybee and silkworms are immensely useful insects. They have been benefiting human beings economically, ecologically, and culture because they have been with human beings for a longer time. For thousands of years, silk industry is there. Similarly, apiculture is also there with human being for thousands of. Even if you go to forest area, tribal people will be utilizing the forest silk, forest honey, which they are collecting from this honeybee hives. Then, so this are so that kind of historical importance is that honeybee ensure food security. As I told you, when we think about honeybee, we may what will happen? Nothing is going to happen to human beings. But that is not how the picture is. If there are no honeybee, after some years, what will happen? All the plants will perish, or they will be producing a less amount of fruits, less amount of grains, etc., and that will lead to food shortage, and there will be a lot of problems as there will be human death also. So silkworms contribute to textile industry through production of luxurious silks. That is the main way by which now the conservation as well as management of these insects are crucial because they are very much connected with the culture as well as survival of human beings. So without them, even the human survival can have a lot of risk. So these are the points regarding the useful insects.